Welcome, everyone, to Sysco Canada's Virtual Kitchen. Welcome to 2021. And we're very excited today to have our shows back and to really share with you what makes us different. Today's topic is obviously the Sysco difference. We've got a great lineup of different people that are going to be on the show today and talk a little bit about what makes us different. So, first person, really stoked to have in here. So, Andrew, I'm going to bring you in. There you go. Welcome, Andrew.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, it is outstandingly awesome. I don't know if my vocabulary is working today, but we're going to talk a little bit about who you are, what you do, and all the great stuff. And then we have Steve coming in on our show. He's our technology lead for Sysco. And then we have a customer who's going to talk a little bit about our system. So instead of us bragging about it, we brought you guys into the mix to really talk about all the great stuff that we do and what makes us different. So, Andrew, first of all, who are you? What do you do?
That is a good question. I often wonder that myself. No, just kidding. I am a multi-unit owner, so I own 4 restaurant locations, but that kind of gave me my start into the industry. And what I focus on now with my company Ownershift is actually helping other restaurant owners scale to multiple units. Because you know what? That's where the real money is. That's where the real freedom comes in, and helping people get from 1 to 2 to 3 and beyond is really what I specialize in. So that's my prime focus. And you know what? The more client calls I have, especially now in the COVID time, and you know, when I speak to people in the industry, the main thing that people are battling right now is time. People don't have enough time to do what they need to do. People just don't have enough time to do the right things that they should do. And so what I'm working with a lot of my clients right now is how do we find the time so you're doing the right things to grow your business. So that's a little bit about me and what I do and what I focus on, and glad to be here.
You know, it's interesting that you say time, because I did have that conversation just the other day that during this, I'm going to say during COVID right now, and it is what it is. The time has definitely shifted different in the importance of what it was. It's always been kind of important, but right now time, I think, is getting a little bit of a makeover in how we view it within our industry.
Absolutely.
Right? So do you think right now as we go in there, and I think we've seen so many restaurants pivot and change, we saw Starbucks change yesterday with their announcement. I don't think they're going to close all the stores and then just leave them that way. I think they're going to change, and you're going to pivot their business, as we use that P word again.
Yeah.
I know it's not the great word to use. Everyone's using it, but it is true on the shift of the business. So when you think about 2021, and we're at the beginning, first show, first guest, what do you think is going to be the biggest issues?
You know what?
For the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I alluded to, time is probably one of the biggest challenges that people are facing right now. I think some of the other issues that we're facing is, things are constantly changing. And what I've noticed from a lot of people is a lot of restaurant owners, what they've done is they've kind of dove back into operations. They've really tried to do more work themselves. They've tried to run leaner. They've tried to do that, which is all great. However, that is really kind of putting a Band-Aid on some of the bigger problems. And so when you are so focused in the kitchen, when you're working the line, when you're working serving your customers and stuff like that, you have a harder time adapting to the things as they change and focusing on the things like your finances, like your marketing, like all the things that will actually grow your business overall. And I mean, right now, COVID in essence is a revenue problem because, all of a sudden we just don't have those dollars coming in. Our customers can't access us the same way. So one of the biggest issues I find is the time to be able to then go out and bring the business in, because as things change, as the vaccine gets out, as restrictions get lifted, we need to be able to take advantage of those opportunities to bring those customers back, to bring them in, to actually drive revenue into our tills, bums into our seats. And, if we're so focused on, being behind the counter in the kitchen, we lose the ability to be able to actually navigate that and do the marketing that we so desperately need to do.
Do you find that sometimes is almost a survival mode tactic?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It becomes the only thing they can do is, unfortunately, work in the business. I know I just recently talked to a few customers of ours, and they're like, I can't meet you at this time, Jay, because I'm cooking. Right. And that's completely fair. I've been there and I've dealt with that. Is there, so when you think about time, they're busy, what they're doing, and things like that. Is there one thing they can do right now to stand out? Because I find that a lot of people have moved to social media. A
Yep.
lot of people are on social. We actually have a social media show coming up at the end of the month
Okay.
with
Awesome.
one of our marketing guys to really help people, because there is some social media help that's needed out there. I'm seeing. But
Absolutely.
what's this one thing that they could do right now? Customers, restaurateurs in Canada and across the U.S., wherever else we're streaming today. Um, what's the one thing they can do that is going to impact and make them stand out? Because I think there's kind of a big fight to get that business in right now during
Yep.
January and February.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
one-
I was going to say be present more than anything. And as you talked about survival mode, it's so true because people, what they've done is they said, "Hey, I need to save money." So what they do is they go back and they cut everyone's hours. I actually spoke to one person who literally laid off all of their team, so they worked 100 hours a week for months on end. And I tried to say, "Hey, what are you going to do for marketing? How are you going to manage your food cost, or all those things?" Or I've even had some people say, "I haven't even had time to apply for the government assistance that's
yeah,
available because they're so busy doing the minimum wage work that they can't actually be a business owner." So what people can do to stand out is be present on social media. And I was joking about this with someone yesterday. It's called social media because it's social. However, if you look at most of our Instagram pages and most of our Facebook pages, what you're seeing is you're talking at people. Here's a picture of my food. Come buy my food. Here's my food. And all those are great. And you want it to be Instagram worthy. But
Mhm.
think about it this way. Have you ever went to a party with someone that talked at you, and every time you tried to say something, they just said, "Oh yeah, well, I'm doing this," and then referred back to themselves 100% of the time? How long did you stay in that conversation?
Yeah.
You didn't stay very long. So we have to understand that what we should actually be trying to do is have conversations with our customers as well on social media. Try and get them engaged and stay top of mind with those daily posts 100%. But we also
Mhm.
need to try and engage with our customers. And that alone will help you stand out because we know that the algorithms on social media favor time of use. So therefore, the more engagement, the more comments, the more likes, the more shares, the more your post is going to be put on more people's feeds.
Yeah, and I think that engagement part, a lot of people think by putting either a menu or today's special out there, that will create that impact without boosting or they sort on the social. I'm learning as I, live in this world as well.
Yep.
Social is there's a lot more there to do. So is there
Yep.
something that you see people making mistakes all the time in this area?
Um, 100%. Because you have to realize too that Facebook, their goal is to make money. They're a company. And so what they've done is they've taken your business pages and they make sure that at max, your posts are only viewed by maybe 7% or less of your followers. So, if you don't have a lot of followers, you're really not being viewed by a lot of people. You might get 3 people that view it. But having said that, without the engagement, you actually are just not being promoted. You're not being viewed by people. So posting daily is 100% accurate. But what we also need to do is create content that will get customers to engage and find ways that we can ask things so that they respond, comment, like, share, do contests, whatever you can do to get people engaged. Because what you're really going for is not telling them something. You actually want them to respond. That should be your goal.
Is it possible to even just ask questions on
Yep.
social too for your guest, or what would you like to see? What's your
Yep.
favorite recipe? What do you like about this? Because I do see some people doing that, but I just don't
Mhm.
see enough.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. One of my favorite things is, I will post on my own social media, the most frustrating part about my business is blank. And then, people will start commenting, "Oh, I'm frustrated by my staffing. I'm frustrated by, my lack of time. I'm frustrated by my food costs or labor costs or whatever the case is." So you can do that as a restaurant too. My favorite menu item is this. My favorite part about coming to your restaurant is blank. And what would you like to see on the menu? Who's your favorite team member? Like things like that, because you have to think of your business as less business and more personal, because
Yeah.
social media, even by the term, is social interaction, not just you blabbing on and posting things, right? So that's something we have to frame our mind around.
It's interesting because I think also we're getting very used to the ability to not have polished content either. Where people like, it's okay to use your phone. It's okay to
Yep.
jump on there and make mistakes. I think the more that you do that, it actually creates more authentic content that you have, that people believe what you're doing. I think it's
Yeah.
so important to be real nowadays. But I think video comments or questions on their social, throwing it up on Facebook, inviting people and seeing who they are,
Yep.
is so important. Like
Absolutely.
I think there's things out there, and the funny thing is back to that whole time. They don't have time necessarily to do those things, but I swear it's worth it. It's definitely
Absolutely. You know what? So here's a great story that I'll share, because I know that time is so tough for people. Because as I'm talking about this, I'm sure every restaurant owner is like, where am I going to find the time to comment back on people's comments, or where am I going to find the time to post these things? I totally get it. So I want to share a client story of mine. So I was doing an intake with them, and I asked questions like, okay, where do you spend the most time in your business? Tell me what the run of your day looks like. Tell me where you allocate the most time. What do you wish you could do if you had more time? And so as one customer just gave me the run of his day, and he has 3 locations, and he mentioned that he actually spent about 3 hours doing runs to wholesale, or to like a restaurant supply depot, things like that. Is a Sysco customer, but here's the deal. Because he has 3 managers, his managers didn't have proper inventory control. So when they ordered things, they were constantly running out. So what happens is he would go to one location, the manager says, hey, we're out of this, this, and this. So he'd run to wholesale, run back. And then he'd get a call from another store, say, hey, we're out of these 3 things. And then he had to go do that. And then he just repeated this process. So he was making 2 supply runs a day and driving to 3 stores. And I asked him, what are the things that you wish you could do with your business? He's like, I wish I could market more. I wish I knew my numbers, what my labor and food costs were every week. I wish I could do that, because that's what I need to do. And so I said, you're spending 3 hours a day doing supply runs. And because you're spending 3 hours a day doing supply runs, you're not doing marketing, you're not doing the financial work, you're not doing the things that you need to do to grow your business. And so I said, how do we get your managers to actually have better inventory control? And so what they had to do is actually start using the par levels on Sysco Source and actually doing their inventory to realize, hey, I know that I need, 8 cases of chicken and I only have 4. So therefore I need to order 4. And because we implemented just a simple system that took almost no time, he saved 3 hours a day. So we're talking 15 hours a week. And I want to ask every restaurant owner there right now, what could you do with 15 hours a week?
I'll tell you right now, not running to a grocery store. Right, but here's the funny part. It's interesting to say that, and then we're gonna go to commercial and bring Steve in, and I think Steve's absent in the green room there. He's all giddy on your comments, because it is true though. But the funny thing is too, it's usually, well, if it's not the manager, because they're not just going to that grocery store. They're stopping at a coffee place, Tim Hortons.
Yeah,
they may go, this and that. That 20-minute grocery is typically not 20 minutes or an hour.
Yeah.
Like they're a lot longer. Trust me, because I used to do that too. Right?
Yep.
You go to the wholesale, grab this and that, and it's that control, right? And what people are doing out there gets scary, and then also when you think about the weather, all these different things, it just becomes problematic. So when you think about the difference, definitely we're going to bring Steve in here and talk about our Sysco Source system and those different things that help with time. But awesome story. Hopefully people can comment on the 15 minutes, because I think it's important. After that 15 hours to have that, almost a day, right? That's a whole shift.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's amazing.
A dollar amount to it.
Yeah.
Right. Then you attach a dollar amount to it, and it becomes a big, big costly thing. So
absolutely.
Anyway, great story. So let's bring in Steve here. We're going to cut to our Foodies Unite commercials, because those are so fun. They're awesome. And then we'll be back with Steve.
All right.
Here we go.
Restaurants are the shared kitchens and dining rooms of our communities. Beyond the basic purpose of restaurants to provide food and drink, restaurants fulfill a human need for connection and shape relationships. Acquaintances become friends around a table, and major life events are celebrated in restaurants. They bring us together. It's where memories are created. Despite the seemingly endless amount of obstacles that continue to come its way, Canada's food and beverage community continues to provide ways to support other Canadians. It's time for us to unite and do good for the industry, for the hard-working foodies who fuel our love for food. That's why we've started Foodies Unite, to celebrate local restaurants and to encourage our community members to show them some support. We want to spread the love of food coast to coast. Foodies Unite is all about supporting local restaurants and making a positive impact on the industry. Our primary goal is to help restaurants by encouraging Canadians to order, post, and share their experiences with their networks and beyond. So now's your chance to join the movement and help us spread the word by using hashtag Foodies Unite and encouraging your customers and followers to get involved.
Poof, look, Steve's there.
Hey guys.
Awesome. Welcome, Steve, to Sysco Canada's first 2021 show on The Difference. And Steve Tilbury, you are the rock star when it comes to technology in Sysco. And awesome. Thanks for being on the show.
Hey Jay, thanks for having me, and also thanks for Sysco Virtual Kitchens as well. Everything you're doing for both our customers, our industry during this time, it's a fantastic what you and your team have done.
You know, I have a huge team of like 200 people, so I'll let them know. No, I don't. Anyways, I saw you in the green room there getting all giddy and stuff when Andrew's telling the story. So
it was amazing to hear those stories, how relatable it is to technology today. Right now, I think I started in the industry back in '97 when I was about 4 years old, right? And how far the industry has come with technology and all these issues, Andrew, that you spoke to. What is the solution for the majority of them? Technology.
Yeah, is it? So, Steve, do you want to tell us? Sorry, that coffee was the wrong cup. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Sysco Source? Like, what is it? Who is it? Where is it?
Yeah, absolutely, Jay. So what we offer within Sysco Source and Source Mobile is a convenient, flexible order management program. So it's not just placing your orders online. It's also, as Andrew said, it's managing your inventory, inventory control, food costing. There's a number of different options within Sysco Source that are available, as well as placing orders. So it's really, Alton, one of our MAs, described it best. It's opening up our warehouse for all of our customers to see. We have tens of thousands of items across the country, and we're giving our customers full access to that catalog for new menus, for, again, recipe costing, for a number of different initiatives that are out there. And we're opening the doors, along with, Andrew mentioned time and time during COVID. It's also about mental health, right? I think that's probably the number one issue during COVID. And how can we support with mental health? In my opinion, being organized is so important during these times, right? And there's no better way to do that than managing your business with Sysco Source. You can create custom guides. You can follow through that. One of my favorite stories to tell is you think back to when you were placing orders before. You had to sit in front of your computer and thumb down, thumb down, thumb down. You might have forgotten something, so you got to run down the steps into the basement. Then you got to run back to your computer. I can finish your order. Then you got to do it again. Back then, you didn't have the step tracker on your watch either, right? So it didn't count. But now you can just jump on your phone. You can start your order on the computer. You can run down over to the cooler, open up your phone. You can continue on that order, check your inventories on the spot, come back to your computer, continue on. You can send the order from either your phone, your tablet, your computer. There's so many options now for convenience, flexibility. We like to say order anytime, anywhere. You're not tied to your desk anymore.
So Steve, I wanted to jump in with one thing. So you mentioned when, you used to type things in your computer. I remember the days when I used to have to go around with a clipboard and call in my orders. So we've come a long way since then.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
And Steve, is it mobile? Like you can use an iPad?
Yeah, absolutely. Just the same as you can use your phone, you can pull it out. We have the full access as well on any tablet, your phone, or we also have the desktop version. Again, the tablet itself has built into it, there's also an inventory feature. So it's a best word out there today. It's a free feature for our customers that allows them to create their own inventory count sheets. At the end of the month, when you're performing an inventory, it'll give you your both cost of goods sold, inventory on hand. And again, Andrew touched on the importance of inventory control earlier.
Yeah, and I just think the time savings is huge, right? And to hear those stories, like Steve, you probably hear those all the time.
Absolutely. You're taking control of that ordering process, Jay, right? So the customer, our customers have full control of order accuracy, which is so critical for saving time. You're not having to, again, if you happen to get shorted or whatever situation with your orders, but that becomes full customer ownership now. We send out an order confirmation seconds after we receive the order to let our customers know if there would be any shorts. Also, we have within Sysco Source, it's all real-time inventory, right? So as you're doing your order, you're able to tell if we happen to be out of stock or anything. Again, saving that time down the road, finding out tomorrow that we happen to be out of a particular product that you need, you're able to know before you place the order and find an alternate product right on the spot.
Yeah. So is there something that, like, why you wouldn't want to do this? Do you ever come across that, Steve?
Why you wouldn't want to do it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, because everyone, like, if you're not on it, it's kind of like, well, why
I can tell a funny story. Back in a previous life, I used to do some training of e-commerce, and I went out to train an older gentleman on Sysco or on the e-commerce platform at the time. And I said, okay, click here on the screen. He actually grabbed his mouse and went up to his screen, and he was trying to click on the screens. So that's one situation where I could think you might not want to. But Sysco Source and Source Mobile now are so intuitive that it is very simple, and any customer, young, elderly, are able to benefit from the usability for sure. Right on the spot.
Yeah. Do you find? Sorry, I hit the wrong button there. That's the BL Live. Hit the wrong buttons. But so. Let's move to a next commercial quick on Sysco Source. I can tell you a little bit about Sysco Source. But Steve, people would just work, like, how do you get set up on this?
So it's really simple, Jay. All you need to do is go to syscosource.ca, and from there's a sign up link, and you're able to create your own Sysco Source username within seconds. So as soon as you click on that link, you'll enter in your customer information, and then you'll receive an email that has your Sysco Source username and password. You're able to go, like I said, within seconds. You'll have full access to our catalog. Included in that, we have a number of different training webinars, user guides, training videos to help you through all the different features within Sysco Source. And then we also have a first-class customer service team that's there to support all our customers that are using Sysco Source and able to get there to get any help that they need anytime.
Awesome stuff. So it really makes us different. That's today, right?
It's truly a differentiator, Jay. Absolutely.
Awesome stuff. And new products are coming in all the time. They're able to see those. Like, why wouldn't you do that, right? Just a no-brainer. So, Andrew, is there anything else you want to mention or ask Steve before we move to our next commercial? Always laugh because
yeah, you know what? It's funny. The only thing I want to add is you're asking why should someone do it, and I would say why would you not? You know, in this day and age, it is the way that you need to do it. And if you're not taking every possible tool that you can to save yourself time. And one other point I was going to add is in the event that you are a multiple unit owner and you have your managers doing your ordering, it's easy to set up an email. So the email of confirmation goes directly to you as well. So you can actually keep track of the things that they're doing. So in the event that they, make a mistake or an error or short something, you'll be able to know right away and can correct it before that issue has an impact on your customers.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Awesome stuff. Well, that's great. So we're going to cut to commercial, and then we have an awesome customer. Dave's going to come in here as a customer, and we get to ask him questions. So it's not just our opinion, but it's actually a customer's opinion. So stay tuned. We'll be back.
As your valued and trusted business partner, we understand that you need the freedom and flexibility to choose the way you want to order. Sysco Source allows you to order what you need when you need it on any device. Here's how it works. Select the order button and click on New. Choose to place your order with a customized order guide or with your order history. Click on a product and voila! All the product information that is most important to you is right at your fingertips. Find product photos, benefits, and nutritional facts, and more. Enter the exact quantity you need, then click Preview to review your order. Click Submit, and your order is instantly sent to Sysco. With Sysco's industry-leading technology, you get real-time updates with everything happening with your orders. See your invoices and credit memos all from one place. The Source app has everything you need to easily manage all of your inventory product in the palm of your hand. And when you're ready, click Preview to review your total inventory value. Click Close Inventory to complete the work. So what are you waiting for? Start searching for product, placing an order, and managing your inventory wherever you are. Download the Source app. Sysco Source, start placing your orders with ease and confidence today.
Sounded pretty good, eh? Anyways, welcome, Dave.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome. So this is awesome. First of all, thank you, Dave.
Thanks for having me.
Being on our show today. And you're a customer of ours. Do you want to just kind of give us a little who you are, where you're from?
So I'm Dave. Yep, sure. I'm Dave. I'm from Winnipeg. I work in a seniors home here. So I feed 130 residents 365 days. And I've been using Sysco Source since its infancy for good 10 years now. I've been using Sysco, and I didn't have the option of signing up online. Actually, my MA actually did that for us. So things have evolved from there also. So, yeah.
So you've been through the whole thing. You've seen a change a lot then.
Huge changes. You know what, we've been through, and I say we because, you know, it is us end users with working with my MA, working with Sysco in general, and it has been growing. It has had growing pains. We have had it in its infancy, so it's kind of nice the way that we're doing stuff here. There's lots of stuff that has changed since the beginning when I actually was signed on to Sysco Source.
Well, thank you for being kind of the guinea pig at the beginning. So I don't know if we could use that. I'll get like PETA people calling me. But so Steve, I'm going to let you ask Dave some questions and Andrew jump in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. I'd love to hear. The theme of the day kind of seems to be about saving time. I rattle off just a number of things to be organized. I'd love to hear some story from you on just exactly that how the saving time, being organized within Sysco Source has helped you through these tough times.
Sure. Well, it's still an ongoing battle. We're doing improvements here in my kitchen. I haven't done much with the mobile app, just for the simple fact that on a small phone, it's very difficult. But I've tried it on my pad, like my tablets. It works fine that way. My fingers actually can hit the spots a little bit better. I've done most of my stuff through my computer. I actually have dual screen computer. So I actually pop up Sysco, and then I pop up all my other online ordering people that I order from. So what happens is I'm going back and forth on mine, putting in the same thing. Actually, to start off with, what I'd like to say first is, when you get into Sysco Source, it is the best thing to take the extra time and get your custom guide, order guide done up. That's going to save you a lot of time in the long run, because you're not hunting through what you have ordered. You are not hunting through the full inventory. It's specifically what you ordered, what you like, and what you need. Do the order guide. It is phenomenal that way. It cuts down at least a half hour on my ordering. I'm about an hour and a half ordering everything on a daily basis. So it does consume a lot of time, and every little half hour that you get is perfect that way. So what I do is I have dual screen. I pop up two screens, one Sysco, one the other guy, and I bounce back and forth. And I know at Sysco, if the product is within a $2 range difference, I usually get it from Sysco because I know the product is good. I know that it's going to be delivered on time, especially during COVID times. We're down in lockdown. We've been locked down for 10 weeks now. So it's very important that we get our orders in that time frame. Saves me energy, saves me labor, the whole 9 yards. So I have it both popped up, and I just go back and forth. It takes me about an hour and a half to do what I order, and I've got a lot to order. Every second day I do my ordering. So it's good that way. When I get onto the tablet, what happened was I don't have internet connection very good in the past, so the tablet kind of faltered a little bit. So that's why I just do clipboard, sit down, do it, and it's done. But it does save me a lot of time. Even when I'm going into Sysco Source and I'm hunting for the product, if I'm looking at something new or whatnot, I'm not too sure if it's what I want or not. Sysco Source is working really hard, and I know it's an ongoing thing by putting up the pictures. It's very, very important when I click on the product. If there's the picture there and I look at it going, okay, that's exactly what I want, I can order it, or no, that's not, I keep on looking type thing. You can do that on Sysco Source, where the others, you don't really know what you're getting and you don't know if it's going to be good. And then it's such a hassle to tell, the driver comes in, you look at it going, that's
Surprise.
not what I want. Surprise, yeah, right? No, that's not what I want. Take it back. Send it back. I don't want it type thing.
We used to have a saying, Dave, you don't order it to look at it.
Right. And to be completely honest, because I think this is why I was brought in, because I'm honest about stuff. It is still not 100% getting the pictures up. I've always been on Sysco Source. When are you going to get more pictures? Every survey that comes by, it's like, when are you going to get more pictures? When are you going to get more pictures? Because it really helps us as the end user out. It's the good, it's the bad, it's the ugly. Again, technology too, we're ever evolving, and it's an ongoing thing. But it's good that Sysco Source does. Sysco in general listens to what we have to say, and they go, okay, we're good. We're going to go and do it, right? And it does sell. Yes, you're right. It does sell the product. So the more pictures you have, the more tendency people are going to buy it and say, oh, yeah, that looks beautiful, right? I also like the fact of Sysco Source is almost virtually paperless. It's kind of our mission here to do the recycling, the reusable stuff, to cut down the paper trail, the whole 9 yards. Sysco Source, this is what it does. It's absolutely amazing. We're cutting down our paper severely, and it's just a waste, right? If the more paper we waste, the worse we do for the environment too, right? Reports, I can do velocity reports on this thing. The setup is really, really good. It's user friendly. What more can I say?
Dave, that's fantastic. Hey, and you mentioned there was a quick chat in the comments there too. Pictures sell, right? We've chatted about the evolution of technology. If we have a couple more minutes, I'd love to just quickly talk about the evolution of Sysco Source. And Dave, you might not even know what's coming yet, but you set the stage perfectly for us. Probably we're looking at an April timeline where we have completely revamped our product information pages. We're going full speed ahead with product images, not just images, but lifestyle images, right? So it's no more frozen chicken breast. It's going to be the chicken breast within a chicken burger, a plated dish. We're going full speed ahead on lifestyle images, extended product descriptions. So there is some amazing product information coming in the next couple of months that is just really going to take Sysco Source to the next level, as we've talked about the evolution of our technologies.
So, Steve, I have a question for you, and maybe Chef will he'll agree. But Kelly here that sent in a comment just now. So first of all, thank you, Kelly. Is there a way to add a wish list or a like button on products?
Yeah, sorry, on products or specific to?
On wish list on items that are out of stock that I want to get in stock or build ideas with.
nothing in place today, but it's a great feature. And again, when we're shifting customers to Sysco Source, we're not closing the door, the communication between the rep. That's a great conversation still to have with your MA about products to carry for sure, right? We still have our customer service team at Sysco Connect that we can reach out to as well. So we always want to keep those lines of communication open. But yeah, it's another feature that can definitely be added down the road.
Yeah, she's actually on there right now, which is pretty cool. So thank you, Kelly, for being on there.
There you go.
Great, right? And it's great for brainstorming new ideas. I never thought of that, but awesome comment. Chef, do you do that? Do you take any ideas from there when you're searching on there to cook into recipes and different things you're preparing?
For me, I look at yeah. In a nutshell, yeah. I look at the raw, and there's nothing wrong with the raw product. I like the pictures of the raw product too, how it comes packaged, stuff like that, because then I can say, oh, it's on sale. Like, let's say 5 kilogram box of chicken breast is on sale. Okay, how big is that? Okay, you know what? I can store 10 of them in my freezer to get the deal. Okay, I'm going to order 10. It's perfect that way to get the ideas where, and again, this might be something else too to put on Sysco Source, because I'm actually looking at mine right now. And I've got my 4 little windows open where I have like the specials, the messages, the account, my orders, stuff like that up. It would be good to even have ideas posted up on there too. I know at one point in time we had our vegetable and produce flyer up on the messages and stuff like that, so we could look at it. I mean, again, it's ever evolving, and that's the process to continue to be competitive in this industry and the market.
Absolutely. There you go, Steve. You got homework now.
That's
We're
right.
going to get your homework on with our guests, right? There you go. Awesome. Andrew, anything from you for Chef?
No, I think I think he was very thorough in his explanation, which is great. And the only thing I was going to add is by customizing your templates, for example, you can even do it by freezer. You can do it by dry storage. You can actually set it up so that all of the products that you use in each place. So if you take your computer as a laptop or a tablet and you go to each individual space, you can actually set it up so you can do all the products that are in that spot. So if you're checking your inventories, you're doing that, it just makes it super easy as opposed to running around like a chicken with your head cut off. So
Yeah, we don't want that nowadays, especially with how busy like chefs are, like Chef is, right? And to give us the time that you did today, Chef, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime.
Especially in the environment you're dealing with. So thank you, and all the best. We're thinking of you, and hopefully, Sysco Source and everything else that makes us different at Sysco, we're here to help you, and we truly mean it. So thank you today for taking the time. And for everyone else, Steve, Andrew, outstanding show, great conversation around this. But I'm sorry, we gotta go. Right? We gotta cut this, or we could talk all day about different things that we offer. But thanks again for being on our show today. We have more shows coming up. We have another show tomorrow on our produce. We're going to be live from Codell, Alberta, and talking to people about what makes our produce so unique and great as well. So, but awesome stuff, guys. Thanks again. Chef, thanks again. And for everyone else, tune in. We're back every week, Wednesdays and Thursdays, the odd Tuesdays. And then Monday, we actually have a huge show coming out here with Bocuse Academy with the chefs from Bocuse, and we're going to be giving away a little treat as well during that show. So thanks again, everyone, and everyone else tune in more and more, and all the best, guys.
all right. Thank you.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.